For those who do not know, let me tell you how to send your stories. Just write it down and send it to the given email below. After that, wait for our response.
Disclaimer: to protect the sender's identity and privacy, some information will be disguised. Hopefully, the following story can bring us lessons and entertainment.
Hello guys, it's me, Arya. Today, I want to share a somewhat spine-chilling experience that I had with my college friends. This incident is still fresh in my memory, and even now, we often bring the story up again when we get together. It's really unforgettable, so please pay close attention to it. I was accepted into a college near Lenteng Agung, almost on the Depok border. Coincidentally, my high school friend also got in. Let's call him Roy. When we were just in high school, Roy and I applied to the same college. We were so thrilled to get accepted. Moreover, we ended up in the same class. Yoo-hoo! Since the distance to the college was quite far, if you live long enough in Bekasi, you know why. I have to rent a house. At the beginning, I didn't have any friends other than Roy. So I decided to rent a house with Roy, not only to save on monthly expenses, but also to have someone to talk to. Long story short, after 2 months, Roy and I made many friends. We became close quickly, and I often stayed over at my friends' places and vice versa. Because we felt very compatible, we decided to rent a house together with 8 of my friends. They are Jovi, Kibo, Aji, Faisal, Farhan, Eki, Yakub, and Donald. Plus Roy and I, making a total of 10 people living in our rented house. We even have a nickname, Mbak Kun, meaning rent house boys. And the best thing is, I only had to pay 250,000 rupiah each month. It was so much cheaper. Well, even though the house was old, it was okay because we were always together. Our daily activities consisted of studying, going home, hanging out, and so on day after day. Until one day, we started to get bored with the same old routine. One night, Roy, other guys, and I were really bored and didn't know what else to do. We were so tired of playing games, talking about other people. But suddenly, Roy suggested a night tour at Jeruk Purut, one of the most famous cemetery in Indonesia. Ooh. Because Roy had seen friends posting about their visits on Instagram. And you know what? Apparently, it was quite a trend to visit the cemetery at night. Strange. Without much thought, we all agreed to go. Exactly at 11 p.m., we set off. Initially, we were so excited, but halfway there, doubts started creeping into my mind. We didn't know what exactly would happen there. What if we got possessed? Or got drowned in a well? Or even facing the ghost directly? There were so many possibilities that could happen. But seeing my friend's excitement, I just didn't want to ruin it just because I was having second thoughts. Okay, I have to convince myself that everything is gonna be fine. Long story short, we arrived at the cemetery gate. And you know what? The atmosphere was very, very eerie. But I convinced myself that it's gonna be just fine. Upon entering the gate, we met an old caretaker of the cemetery. He gave us some guidelines and also some spots which were usually visited. And last but not least, he said that if you see them, you shouldn't scream or panic. Instead, just nudge a friend and walk away calmly. After that, you can tell your friends what happened. We stood in the middle of the road. The cemetery was divided into 2 blocks, the right one and the left one of where we stood. The caretaker told us that on the right side, there's a big tree guarded by a red kuntilanak. And there's also the tomb of Habib guarded by 2 white tigers. Just from that, I was already really scared. What if we get mugged by kuntilanak in the middle of the road? I try to believe that my faith was enough to protect me. Even though in reality I got scared too. Okay, while on the right side there was a big tree guarded by red kuntilanak, on the left side there was a twin tree that is used as a pocong nest, and an abandoned well guarded by kenderuwo. And what really scared me was, if we go around at times, we would supposedly meet a headless priest. That is so scary. I wonder, is there someone bored enough to go around the cemetery at times? Unless we would meet Taylor Swift, I would just go right away. Hehehe. Alrighty, the tour began. We split into two groups, 5 people to the right and 5 people to the left. According to the caretaker, if there are too many people, the ghosts won't appear and we wouldn't experience the real horror. It might be true, but maybe the old man just didn't want it to be too noisy, like high school kids on a field trip. At that time, I was in a team with Roy, Donald, Jovi, and Aji. We went to the left side where there was a well and twin trees. As we walked in, not long after that, Roy nudged me. He said, "Look, there's a pocong up the tree and a kuntilanak sitting on a gravestone." Hearing that, I scolded Roy. "Shh, don't talk about them. It's taboo." But Roy was still stone-faced. By the way, Roy is really brave. He's gotten used to encountering ghosts as he has seen them so many times. I immediately tried to see what Roy was pointing out, but there was nothing. I mumbled, "This guy must be making it up. Why can't I see anything?" I asked him directly. "Where is it, dude? I don't see anything." "You're lying, aren't you?" Roy then called Donald. "Bro, do you see the kuntilanak over there?" Turns out Donald could also see it. He said that the kuntilanak was sitting sadly on the gravestone. Damn, how could it be exactly as Roy described? I thought to myself, is it because my faith not allowing me to see them at all? Or maybe my energy was way stronger than them. I don't know. Continuing on our path until we found a grave. This grave, compared to the others, was a strange grave. How strange is it? Just imagine this. This gravestone had this umbrella stuck next to it. But not just any umbrella. It's like those Asian royal umbrellas. The umbrella was layered with fancy details usually seen in ceremonial marriage. Yep, that was the umbrella. Roy also claimed that there was this girl wearing traditional costumes and dancing there. Her outfit was like a Jaipong dance costume. Once again, I didn't see anything. I talked to him. "Where is it, Roy? I don't see anything. Just stop lying already." Roy then called Donald and borrowed his phone. Donald's phone was the most advanced at the time. Roy opened the camera and took a photo towards the figure. And damn! It turned out what Roy said was true. There was a figure of a Jaipong dancer dancing with her scarf, and her feet weren't touching the ground. Instantly, I got chills seeing the photo. Not long after that, we continued walking, and once again, Roy saw the figure of a kuntilanak sitting on a grave. Roy said that her face was very beautiful, most likely in her early 20s, but her expression was sad. Again and again, I saw nothing at all. What I felt was the area around us became very fragrant, as if I was in a flower shop. Roy immediately urged us to leave the place quickly, saying that the kuntilanak was starting to look in our direction. So we quickly walked out of that area. We walked back to where we first met the cemetery keeper, and Roy immediately told him that we had just been stared at by the kuntilanak. "Uncle, earlier there was a beautiful kuntilanak there, but her face looked sad, and the place smelled really nice." The old man replied, "Yes, in fact, just this afternoon a girl died and was buried there. That's why her grave still smells so nice. I heard that she died in an accident." I was so shocked when I heard that, and I immediately believed everything Roy said. I don't know whether to be grateful or not, because I didn't see anything. Okay, I tried to look at the positive side. Maybe, since I'm not as brave as Roy, it's possible that if I had seen it, I would have fainted on the spot and troubled my friends. And after that, my other friends started gathering at the meeting point. They had so many stories to tell us. Some saw a white tiger, some saw a red kuntilanak, and there was even a funny story. So my friend Jakub insisted on entering the tomb of Habib even though we were forbidden to enter. He said he really needed to pee. Well, the tomb of Habib is shaped like a small house, and inside there is where the Habib remains are. Luckily, Jakub didn't actually pee there. I don't know what would have happened if he had done it. Without realizing, it's already 4 in the morning. The old man and my friends saw the ghost leaving the cemetery as the morning prayer call from the mosque. So we headed back home. As soon as we arrived, we cleaned up quickly to go straight to bed because we had a class in the morning. When Roy took off his shirt, suddenly there were so many blue bruises on his body, like serious bruise marks. According to my friends, it's licked by the ghost. Why would a ghost lick us? At the end, I earned a lesson to never feel like showing off or challenging anyone, let alone ghosts or some demons. They may just feel disturbed by our presence. Plus, Roy broke the rules given by the cemetery guard. Even after we graduated, we often remembered the night and the lessons we learned with all of my friends. That's the end of my story.
Interesting. So, are you sure you are watching this alone? Should you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Spill the Beans channel.